waiting. Let's go. Come on. Push the button.
We on. We're here.
Hey, everybody. It is Tuesday, and we are doing a podcast live with you that features you and the questions you get to ask yourself. And I'd love to post these questions like on the screen, but we don't have anything that's fancy enough to do that, Nick, do we?
Not yet, but looking into it.
So, yeah, look into that. Let's see. By the way, FYI, this Thursday, Tom will be on a live stream. Tom, myself, will be on a live stream at 8 p.m. Central Time with Danielle Ryan. We should put a link to that since it's already out
Look for it.
into this chat because it would be great for y'all to be there. We're going to have it hosted on both channels, my channel and her channel. She is a kind of a life coach, entrepreneur, business starter-upper person that tries to expose the life coaching industry for the scam that it is many times. And we will be talking about therapy and a real life therapist, me, in there to talk with all of the people that are on her channel. So it's going to be a live stream combining two channels at once. I think it'll be really cool. So hopefully y'all can be there for that, for sure. Welcome, though. It's good to have you. The typical members only live stream today has paused so that we could do a live podcast with y'all. Nick, thank you for setting that up.
You got it. I'm trying to make sure I spelled Danielle correctly. I'm so bad with spelling sometimes.
Danielle.
I got it.
It's funny,
All
if you
right.
search up Danielle Ryan, you see a couple different channels. So
It is pinned at the top, also in the chat right now. Join us Thursday for our live podcast.
exploring the coaching industry, a licensed therapist.
I called it a
take.
live podcast, but
I don't know what she would call it.
I don't know. I called it a live podcast.
To be honest with you, I don't know what she'd call it.
It's okay. Click that link. Go over there. Like the video. Subscribe to Danielle Ryan.
Yes,
And
please subscribe.
make
to her.
sure you have the notifications on so you know when we go live. Or when Tom goes live. I don't know if I'll even be here. Probably won't.
Nick, first question.
All right, we got a lot of questions coming in. Just want to let y'all know today it's all yours. If you
All
have
you.
any questions for us, we're going to
Answer
be
whatever
answering
you
them.
ask.
So let's go. I'm going to go back to the top, and I'm going to try to catch
I
up.
don't even have any candy. I have nothing to eat here. I'm just going straight up sober.
That should be a song.
Sober. Straight up sober.
First one I saw was Adonis. I think what he meant to say is, what do you think about that XXXTentacion is better than Juice WRLD?
No, I don't think so.
Interesting.
I think X has tons of talent. They seem a little bit like two different people to me. X seemed a lot angrier, and he seemed a lot more intense, honestly. Juice WRLD seemed more loving and caring about people. X, man, when I watched that documentary, it's like he wanted to fight all the time, and he was like always trying to get his, and they were trying to blow him up and make him, came from nowhere. Mm-hmm. Juice WRLD, I think, was just loved by the people, and he had a lot of music that talked about relationships and anxiety and healing amidst all the using and sex and all that stuff. He did talk a lot about, trying to get better and have a better life. Anyway, that's what I think.
Nice. Okay. What is from Matilda? What made you want to pursue a career as a therapist?
And by the way, you can chime in on some of these too, like the X one, because you're an expert on the X factor and the.
Hey, by the way,
G-stroke.
this is totally off topic, but Twitter is not called X, by the way.
So weird, man.
Anyway, no, but I think
Why would you take a brand that's so popular and well known and change it?
because Elon Musk is powerful. Anyway, I think Juice WRLD is better. I think Juice WRLD both had short careers, unfortunately, but I think Juice WRLD just was a once in a lifetime talent.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you find
Doesn't come along.
like X was very talented in
often.
what he did, and he was smart about how he did it, how he, marketed himself and how he rose to what he had. I think Juice WRLD though was just ultra talented.
I feel like X was just more volatile. Like there were just too many things going on. So as far as becoming a therapist, Matilda, like it was an odd scenario, right? I went to high school, then got into college and just kind of fumbled my way through college. I had to pick something to graduate with. I didn't really like school. I've never really liked school. I like learning things, but I don't like school and all the stuff that goes with it. So I took a psychology class just to see what it was like. Blown away, mesmerized by it. Loved the idea of people and brains and patterns of behavior and all that stuff. Took another psychology class and I thought, this is what I love. And I loved it all the way through the rest of college. And then I worked for a year just in a regular company, IBM, computer company, and knew I never wanted to do that again. I didn't want an office job. I didn't want to wear a suit every day. I didn't want to have to get into that. So I knew that I had to go back to graduate school. I still didn't know I want to be a therapist, though, honestly. I knew I had a psychology degree. I didn't know what to do with it. And I knew I needed a master's degree, graduate degree, to be able to do anything. You can't just take a psychology degree. So I went back to grad school, took a class on play therapy, which is working with children. And that's what sold me. That's what told me I want to do this, that play therapy class. Emily Owie, adore her. She was a professor of mine, then also a boss of mine and a mentor of mine. And she taught me everything I knew about play therapy, working with children. That ballooned into working with teenagers and adults and all that other stuff, but it started with children. That's what did a grad school play therapy class.
Nice. For me, with going into play therapy, no, I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
Can't answer that question because it's not my personal career choice. At least not yet. Who knows? One day it could be. But
Could be. You'd be great at it.
Here we go. What do you think about Melanie Martinez?
Oh, I love Melanie Martinez. And maybe because I'm not in all the hype of everything, there's people that love and hate every single artist we put out there. I don't think there's anybody that everybody has loved.
No.
So, there's hate, and I don't know what all the controversy with her that's happened in the past, but long story short, I love the stories she tells. I love her creativity of video making, how she puts that song out into a video, ties it to food or childhood, or just the way she does that, and how she tells the story all the way along.
Yeah.
Is pretty cool. And with each album having a theme like that. So I love the message she sends. I love the voice when I hear her sing, and I would love to meet her one day.
Yeah, she's very unique, very unique, noticeable. When you see a picture, you're like, I know who that is. Has different sides of her hair, different colors sometimes. Like, very, very unique person.
Yeah.
She's
always very creative. Man, her mind at that age is incredible.
All right. I'm gonna have you guess who said this question.
Okay.
What is your favorite thing about me?
About Nick?
No, that's the question. What is your favorite thing about me?
Somebody said that.
Somebody said that. Who do you think would say so?
Who would say that?
Any guesses?
Is it Beastie? How was that my first guess, right? Guess what my second guess would have been?
Well, Charlotte if she was here, but probably not. I don't know. Who else?
Daniel.
Daniel. Oh, that would have been funny.
Anyway, Beastie, just that you're always here is very cool. Like, I love that. And always active, like a part of the party. That's what's so fun. Man.
Next question. When are you going to do more reactions to MGK?
That would be good. You should actually ask him that because he does the schedule. Y'all might think I do. I really don't. There's times where I say, I want to watch this or I want to do this reaction.
Yeah.
Like today, I did a reaction on Jordan Peterson and him talking about Gen Z and kind of the issues with Generation Z. And I did another video I wanted to do. But most days, 95% of the time, he sets the schedule. So you got to talk to him. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Most of the times, our schedule now is weird because a lot of it, we do requests from people, like Patreon requests take up a lot. About half of the videos we do every month is Patreon requests, probably.
Yeah.
Around that. And then the other ones are new music when it comes out. That's kind of what we've limited ourselves to. We kind of just haven't really done any like old content from artists. So it's kind of, if he drops something new, we'll usually do it.
That's why we try to tell people, if you want to have the best chance of requesting, Patreon's the best. Not even at the top tier. You get automatic request up there, but on the other ones, Nick asks all the time about requests. So that is the place to go.
Also, if you're a member of YouTube and you have the members only live streams, you can definitely get your request in there. If you're a member for 1 month, which is what the membership is, it's for a month, you will have 2 chances 2 live streams to request your songs. Almost guarantee one of them you'll get your song. Like,
Never know, but yes.
You never know, but like it's a good chance because the member streams are usually pretty small, and a lot of people, if you're in there and you request a song, a lot of people like to work together to get songs to go. So
Ladybug's good to see
man.
you. Charlotte was a great guest for that. And Johnny Keegan, great to see you too, as always.
Okay.
Ladybugs, I would have guessed Charlotte if she was here. I just did never see her name in here.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Is there anything to
Daniel's right. Tom's favorite thing about me is my smile. That is for Daniel.
That's
100%. Hope you're okay, Daniel, with that hurricane thing. Okay.
good?
Now's your chance. Ask controversial questions.
I was making sure you were done.
Ask things that like
If there's a question that's controversial, I'm going to start recording. We're going to post
dude,
this
we
somewhere.
post this stuff. We can get controversial like big time.
Okay. Is there anything to the idea that there is another state of mind for panic, not just fight or flight, but frozen as well? Like, the stuff that needs done, but you feel like a deer in headlights.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Freeze is the third response. And you know what? I read that thing or saw that thing I talked about recently, that in the freeze response of trauma, like when you're traumatized, like fight or flight is like, I'm either going to attack because I feel threatened, I'm going to run away because I feel threatened, or I'm frozen like deer in the headlights, is actually the brain's way to help the body relax. Do you know that? Like that when you get in a freeze response and you see people who are traumatized, this happens in domestic violence as well as animals on the road that freeze because they see the headlights on a car. That you'll see somebody who's, say this guy is beating up on or yelling at a woman and she's frozen, like she can't move, can't fight back, can't run away. It's the brain allowing the body to relax in a way to prepare for what danger is coming. So it is at a calmer state, and that's the dissociative state. So that's where we kind of shut down consciously and just kind of leave ourselves for a minute. So that's the freeze response. So absolutely that's there. And you just want to target which one you typically do. And you can work on that. And you can work to be stronger, to be able to fight a little differently or flee to kind of get out of scenarios. You can learn how to do that. I've talked to people who, when they're threatened, they fight, like guys, when they'll fight and literally go after people, to pull back and learn how to kind of flee and step away. Anyway, you can work through them.
Can you heal from chronic depression, or is it forever?
100%. Yep, you can. It could take some therapy and it could take some practice in life. Depression is healed through activity. It's also healed through new patterns of behavior. That's kind of why it's good to have somebody to do it with, because they'll help walk you through what life needs to live. Yes, you can get through depression. 100%. If you've got a real trauma there, like people we've seen who have lost their child, for instance, which is a huge, heavy one, can take years and years, but you can get out of it. Yes.
This is an interesting one. What's your favorite message from any song that you've reacted to?
Oh, wow.
Like a message of a song. Or, I don't know, I guess you could take your favorite message from a fan, or you could do it from... It just says what's your favorite message from any song. So you could answer it.
That mean in a comment?
Yeah, it could be either way. Answer both. Answer like a comment that you've really liked, or like a message of a song. Like, wow, that was a really good message.
That's so hard.
Or just
that's
a
hard
good
for me
one
to answer. There's so many comments I wish I could show, and we really should collect them because some of them are amazing. Like about being life changing and giving people hope and feeling like they've been able to talk to me. Like, I love that because I'm not able to talk to everybody, that you could feel like I'm literally talking to you or giving you hope and inspiration. And some of it comes through the craziest times. Like it could be Suicide Boys, crazy music, right? And I'm listening, I'm loving, I'm trying to relate to it. And people will be like, thank you for what you said because you're bringing mental health to this music.
Yeah.
So it's really all of the messages of you've helped my life by what you said. And I feel like it's therapy for me. It is a way for me to get what I need.
And then also...
You've seen them too, though.
Yeah. Then also I think this person said like a deeper meaning of a song.
My favorite one,
They're just like a good one. You don't have to. I know you've done a lot of songs.
a lot of 21 Pilots, which is really good. The meanings that I don't know. See, a lot of people get offended when they don't get meanings of songs. I really don't care. Like, and also I'm kind of shake my head sometimes at people who are like, how'd you not get that message or blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, you listen to the music all the dang time. I don't listen to it. It's my first time. So anyway, getting carried away. But it's like, I do not mind learning from you, from anybody about, I don't know what this song is. I don't know what it said. And Nick will look at me sometimes like, how'd you not get that? I don't know, honestly. I'm just listening and trying my best. But when I do understand it, it helps. So, you know, hearing, there are great 21 Pilots people who talk about music. There are great Melanie Martinez people who give like really good explanations of what the music is. So there are certain groups. The Ren group is the most hostile. They're the ones who are most critical and also the ones who are most, it's almost like our government in the US, you know, Republican, Democrat.
There we go.
If you're not with Ren, you're against Ren. It's like, no. Or if you're not with that group, you're not on our team, you're an enemy of ours. And it's like, it's really okay. There's some music I like, some I don't. The deeper meaning stuff would probably be in like, you know, like Trees. I love that from 21 Pilots. I love NF, obviously Running, my
NF
favorite
has a
song.
ton.
He's got a ton of music that has such deep meaning to it. But there are times I look at it, this recent Suicide Boys song, I no longer fear the razor guarding my heel 5, Cinco, man. Perfection. That had so much mental health in it. If you read the lyrics, you'll be shocked. Somebody's trying to call me. So those are just a few. Dax, his new song, Abyss, that we just did, has tons of mental health in it. So I need to go back and see which ones like I didn't expect, but I got a message out
The
of.
Rodwave one that came out today. The Melanie Martinez tomorrow, then Polo G on third. I just given you the week's schedule.
Yeah, Rod Wave.
There's a lot of good ones.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Polo G one coming out is really good. Yeah.
What's this person 00 just said? What's your favorite song? In general, what's your favorite
song? Gosh, ever? Hard to do ever, honestly. Like I love Running from NF.
Yeah.
I love inspirational messages like that and the motivation that comes behind it. I love hearing songs. I mean, you're going to hear me say NF, 21 Pilots, Suicide Boys, because that song I heard, the Razorblade song, Razor Guarding My Heel song, I could listen to that every day. And in fact, the new deal was like 3 or 4 songs, right? We just did with Suicide Boys. Is that whole thing?
That's Razor.
It's I could just repeat that.
Yeah.
I love that. The 21 Pilots music, NF's music, I love it. So I don't even know, honestly.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's hard for me too. I have a couple of songs that mean a lot, like Start Over by Flame and NF.
Yeah.
Is up there. Humble and Kind by Tim McGraw, country song, is up there for me.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of, there's some.
We have a really neat thing Jill and I do when we send our boys to college. 2 boys, not all of them, but 2 boys. So we sent Nick to college the night before he goes off to his dorm to leave us, start his life. We talked to him about what he means to us and how important he is to us. In the hotel room, we would do it. And then we play a song, and Jill's great at picking songs, so she picked the songs. But the song we picked for him was Tim McGraw, Humble and Kind. If you hadn't heard that, it's a great song. It's our wish for him. It's who he is. Always stay humble and kind. And that's what, I try to do as well. Just be humble and kind to people because, hold the door open, say something nice to people, all that stuff. And it's emotional and we're all in the room together.
Man,
it's a lot.
Gosh, it's a lot.
And we did it for Tony this past weekend, and Nick was there because Tony wasn't there when Nick went to college that night. And we sat in the hotel room, and Tony's like, oh. But the song we got to him this time was Rod Stewart, Forever Young. If you haven't heard that, and I found out the lyrics were written by Bob Dylan, I guess. But the way Rod Stewart sang that song, if you have not heard Forever Young, it is who Tony is to a T. Tears me up when I think about it, just like Humble and Kind with Nick. And we just want him to stay forever young. He is a young at heart guy, is he not? Gosh,
yeah,
so
it's
sweet.
And like I cried a lot when I did mine at college, but man, I
Yeah.
couldn't handle it when I did tone.
Hard to
I
speak.
didn't think I was going to, but I did.
That's the key to vulnerability, is like being open with each other and saying it's okay. Like, it's okay to be that way. I believe in that because that's the way they're going to be great men and great husbands and great fathers and great people
Yeah.
in the world. Okay.
Cool.
Let's lighten the mood a little bit.
Yeah. I didn't think the question, what's your favorite song, would get
Turned
us
into
into that deep. But anyway, what do you think about Louis Capaldi?
He's the one that has Tourette's, right?
Yes.
I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. I don't know tons of his music other than what I've heard like on TikTok or whatever, and how the crowd finishes songs for him. He seems like a sweet guy. Seems very kind and very nice. So I really like what he's done.
Yeah. Okay. What is it that drew you into 21 Pilots?
Um,
Or do you even remember? Just
They were very odd to me at first, honestly.
21 Pilots.
Was the first thing we did trees or migraine or car radio?
I think it was
It's one of those three.
I think it was car radio.
Probably car radio.
One of our first 10 reactions.
The sound did, the uniqueness, and also the genuineness of Tyler Joseph was what drew me in. It was like, wow, he's singing obscurely. Like, it takes a little bit of time to dissect those lyrics about things that really matter in life and about his life and what he's been through. And everybody's heard the Stressed Out song because it's a bazillion views, but hearing some of those, it's like, wow, he's really talking about what he's been through. And I think his uniqueness paired with his genuineness, paired with his telling of a life story that relates to so many people was so cool. And then seeing the following they have clued me in. And then the day came where his mom messaged us on Instagram liking the reactions we had done, and that just sold me. And then after a concert, it's all over. Like, after a concert, you got to go every time now. Every time they come to town.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go.
Keep it going, Nick.
Trying to get to some people's. I'm going to come back to a couple of y'all, but I've already answered some of y'all's questions. I'm trying to get to people we haven't answered yet. Will you guys ever do satanic artists such as Travis Scott, Lil Uzi Vert, or Trippie Redd?
Oh,
We have.
We've done that.
We've reacted to
I didn't
Tom's
know they
reacted.
were satanic artists, though. Are they really?
I don't know. I mean, they're more dark for sure. They're not.
There's no reason not to do them other than I don't worship that. I don't follow that.
Yeah.
If it's new music or good music or Nick thinks it's worth watching, I would do it. Mental health is also found in Satan,
It's true.
meaning, does this really do it for you? Do you really love this life? And there's a lot of people who live very dark lives that don't like it. They're just in it.
That should be a quote on a shirt. Mental health is also found in Satan. Anyway, but yeah, Lil Uzi Vert reactions, Trippie Redd reactions on the channel for sure right now. I don't think you've ever done you've maybe have reacted to a song with Travis Scott. Even last week you did.
Yeah.
Take What You Want by Post Malone and Travis Scott was on that. But so we have, but
I don't ascribe to things that are degrading women.
yeah.
We listen to it and I don't like it. And I'm honest with it. That's why I got on the Ren thing last week and people are like trying to come at me with things, but it's like, I just don't ascribe to it. I can listen to it. It's fine. It's just, I don't have to like it. And just because Ren is kidding doesn't mean anything. Like my wife always says, there's a lot of truth in jest. She'll always say that. There's a lot of truth in the jokes you tell. So be careful the jokes you tell or the way you talk about people, because that's going to sometimes show how you really are. And so I just noticed with Ren a dichotomy of, wait a minute, this is who you've been presenting to me all this time. And now all of a sudden I'm seeing something very different. No harm, no foul. It's okay. I just don't like things that are satanic in nature. There's songs we've listened to on here that I'm like, turn it off. I don't even want to listen to this. Right?
Yeah, there definitely is. I think the biggest one, who was it? It was oh my gosh, why is he blanking my mind? King Von, you don't like.
King Von, and then the Insane Clown Posse, yeah, all that stuff.
Anyway, appreciate you, John. John said, "How are you, Tom and Nick, the greatest YouTubers of all time?"
Oh, I love it. Good, John. Always good to see you here, Johnny Keegan.
Okay. Daniel asks, in the future, will Tom react to anything other than music?
Yes, doing it already. Go to Reaction Therapy Unplugged. First of all, we should tell everybody, please go subscribe to that. It's our other channel that has lots of other content of Tom, Nick, Tony, and it's pretty fun stuff. But yes, I just did a video today on Jordan Peterson talking about Gen Z and the problem with Gen Z, which I think is great because that's like the ages of 11 to like 26. So it's all in kind of what we have on our channel.
Yeah.
And yes, I will do more of that. I thought about doing some political stuff. I kind of like this guy, Vivek Ramaswamy, I think is his name, who's running for president. I kind of like a little bit of what he's saying. And so I thought, should I do some political stuff as it comes out?
We're definitely thinking about doing other stuff.
I also did a video today on this girl who from overseas who created a song that's called Bagels that is actually good for the brain when it comes to anxiety. They found that the brain waves, they've done tests and studies on this song with people, hooked them up to brain devices, that it actually lowers anxiety. There are certain frequencies and sound waves that lower anxiety.
Interesting.
So I did a reaction on that. I think I'm going to try that.
Did you test yourself?
I'm going to try the app. There's this company that two guys that have an app that actually plays certain music to lower anxiety. So I'm going to go listen to Bagels and see if it does it. I don't think there's any words or anything.
It's wild. Okay, let me go.
Come on, Nick.
Up. I'm trying to keep
Fire away.
It's gonna take a while to catch up.
Fire away. I'll go quick.
Okay. Do you believe this is a controversial?
No,
one.
I don't.
Do you believe in separating art from artists, or do you think they go hand in hand with each other?
Yes, I believe in separating that. I think they can have great music and be horrible people, and I think they can be wonderful people and have horrible music. Like I think it can be a great sound in a song and insanely depressing lyrics. So I could love the song and the music and then be so sad from the lyrics. Or I think the lyrics could be, amazingly awesome and the sound is like, ugh, I don't like it. So that's why I do think all of that can be separate. And the person too, I mean, I don't ascribe to who any of these artists are other than like NF, let's say, or 21 Pilots, with Tyler Joseph, to say, those people, even Eminem to me, honestly, who's overcome addiction and a lot of struggle in his life, to become a better person. We can judge him all we want, but he has changed his life. I love seeing change and hope. Look at Suicide Boys. They've changed their life. Love them. I don't want to talk to them.
Okay. What do you think about people who like heavy metal?
I think it's great. Everybody loves different music. Like if I said to you, what do you think about people that like Christian music? We can't judge them because they like a particular kind of music. It's what speaks to them, Nick.
True. I agree, man. I'm with you.
I love Nick running through these questions. I wonder if we can catch up.
I'm still scrolling back.
Fire, one at a time.
Okay,
Fire.
Question for you both. This is from Matilda. Thought you should know that. What are you most proud of about yourself? This is for both of us. What are you most proud of about yourself?
That I have continued to try new things even though they are uncomfortable. I am proud of myself for that because the easy is to stay in my comfort zone, to not do this, for instance, a long time ago, because it puts myself out there. I've got a job, I've got a career. I could just do that and be fine and take care of myself and retire very quietly into the distance. Doing something new and trying it and putting myself out there, which this is not easy every day, I'm very proud of. But the most important thing I'm proud of in my life, honestly, is being a husband and a father. Like those two things to me matter most. How they see me matters. Like I want to be better for my wife. I want to be better for them, my two boys. And I owe it to them to be the best that I can. So being the father and the husband, hands down,
Gotcha.
To be the best example I can be.
Yeah.
You?
I've similar to your first part about I'm proud of myself for sticking with this and continuing to fight for it because like honestly, y'all probably just see us when we post videos or on live streams, but you don't see the behind the scenes part a lot.
Yeah.
And like we have come so close to quitting so many times. Like you don't even understand. Like there has been so many times where we're like maybe this isn't working or maybe we can't do this, and ultimately it's a business and it comes down to can we make ends meet to survive.
Well,
and
not
keep
even
doing
because
this.
it's successful. I would say it's because it's exhausting. It's tiring.
true
You
also.
put a lot out with very little back.
Yeah,
and people
that's true
somehow
too.
think because you post videos and you got music out there that you're just making dough.
But that's what I'm saying. Like trying to make it work to where we can not kill ourselves over doing this, but also like there's a lot of different thing. So I'm proud of myself for sticking with it,
Yeah.
just finding ways to work using my knowledge from college that I've learned to try to do whatever I can to keep it going. So I'm proud of myself that I've made it this far. I didn't think I'd make it this far, to be honest.
Yep.
So,
It's
and
a big
I'm
thing.
gonna keep working for it. It's honestly, it's because I love doing it, and I love having the support system that y'all are.
Yeah.
Y'all make it worth it. Y'all make me want to keep going. And
Yep.
that's the
There you
coolest
go.
part.
Good job.
That's me. Okay, what's your favorite song that you've done so far, Melanie?
Melanie, favorite song is doggone it. Don't put me on the spot like that. Let me think about it. I'll come back later.
John said he's having KFC right now.
Johnny, KFC.
Here's a controversial one. What do you think about Andrew Tate?
I don't have much to say about him because I haven't watched much. Tony's watched a lot about him. I think he's probably okay. Like he puts his opinion out there, I guess, and it's got him in trouble. But I don't know. I don't know much about him. Honestly.
I think if you knew more about him, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't like him. So I'm not involved with it. It's kind of like if somebody said, "What do you think about the indictments for Donald Trump and whatever the legal stuff?" I don't really read or watch much about it. To be honest, I know you might think that's crazy, but I really don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna be here a while, y'all.
Can I ask this controversial one, or should I keep going? Because
Ask whatever.
Because
Let's
I know
do it.
you're trying to find your song, so I didn't want to. But I do want you to ask.
I'm listening.
Kind of controversial is Adrian who asked this. What do you think about the universal health care for the U.S., also insurance companies fully covering therapy/mental health help?
I have a different opinion on this because I'm an individual business owner. So I don't work for a company. Our practice is our company. And so we provide our own health insurance and we do our own thing and have done it for almost 30 years. So I can promise you this, and this is Tom's opinion. This isn't what everybody should do. I don't think universal health care will work. I think Canada is proof of that. And most of the people that talk to me from Canada will say, it's great to have it until you really need something and you have to wait 6-8 months to be able to get in and get something done. Now, I don't live there. I haven't been there, but I also know 100% fact as a small business owner in the United States. Prior to 2008, when the election happened with Barack Obama and Obamacare started, my financial advisor came to me and said, Tom, you need to prepare. Your health insurance is going to go up. And it went up practically day one after he was elected. So I paid 50% more. I think I was paying $600 a month for our family for health insurance. And all of a sudden it was $1,000 a month. Now I pay for our family health insurance, I think about $1,600 or $1,700 a month. You know what we get for that? Pretty much nothing. We have to pay for doctor's visits. We have to pay out-of-pocket deductibles. It's pretty much catastrophic is the only reason we have it. So I'm telling you, and I've had Obamacare, the affordable health care. I've had that. I've been on it. We'll probably go back on it again next year. Because what happened when that started was all companies, Aetna, Blue Cross, all those went away from private people. They told us, we can't cover you anymore. We're only covering big companies. Because doctors now had to charge. Jill had a thing happen recently with the doctor's visit. A test she gets every year. She used to pay out-of-pocket cash, $100 to go get that test done. Because cash people, they like cash money in doctor's offices instead of insurance. This year we have a new insurance. They billed the insurance $700 for the same procedure she used to pay $100 cash for. You know why? Because the insurance is going to say, we're only paying you a percentage of that $700. So to get the money we need to get, we got to charge all this money and they'll knock it down and we'll still get our money. So they're going to get their money. I just don't think it works. I don't even know if that answered the question.
I don't know. That's intense. What about the second part about the
We could have a whole debate
also
on that.
insurance companies fully covering therapy/mental health?
I think it'd be great. And they used to. Believe it or not, they used to. When Jill, before she started being a therapist, she worked for a psychiatrist's office, that does medication. And do you know back in the 80s and 90s, when a therapist would see a client, they would just send it in insurance. They'd pay their full rate 100% all the time. They were killing it. It was great. Insurance companies paid it all. Then they took it away. And now here's the story of the insurance, why we don't take insurance. Because if I'm on an insurance plan with Blue Cross Blue Shield and you come in to see me and you have that insurance, Blue Cross has a contract with me to pay me like say $80. That's generous. $80. Sometimes it's 60, but $80. You pay like $20 for your copay. I got to go get the other 60 from Blue Cross. That means filling out a lot of paperwork and forms to try to get authorization and all that stuff. So it's basically an hour and a half's worth of work to get that $80, as opposed to just taking cash people. And so providers have to charge more now to be able to get more, to get their wage. That's why a lot of people drop out in the mental health field of insurance. They just don't get enough from it, just so you know. And we've spent a lot of time filing claims in insurance in the past, and then they send it back and saying, well, it had something that wasn't right on it, or we lost your claim form. We need you to do it again. And it would take literally 2 months to get reimbursed for it. It was a mess. I'd rather you pay me cash and take a lower rate than for us to go through insurance anymore. I would love for it to happen.
Wow.
But what happens in country is, I talked to somebody in Germany who's a therapist there, and they said, we get a certain rate. They tell us who we see. We don't get to pick who we see as clients. And you have to work like a dog to be able to get it. And you're not as into your job anymore. I like free enterprise. I like people being able to make money, to survive, to grow, to get better. Because look, all therapists aren't the same. I've seen like 6 of them in my life. They're not all the same.
Dang. Well, Danielle Ryan popped in. Thank you so much.
Danielle, hey, y'all need to go to her channel, please. She is adorable. She's nice. She's smart. She's talented. She's a good entertainer. And she is honest too. And she's from Canada, by the way. Lives in Canada. So
As
it's
you
kind
can
of cool.
tell by her donation. I appreciate it.
Hey, Danielle,
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. This Thursday, we have it pinned at the top of this chat. This Thursday, she will be having me on her show to talk about life coaching, therapy, and honestly, whatever else you want to talk about. So we are, what do they call that? A crossover event.
Yeah.
Bringing both shows together at the same time. This Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time. Please show up and everybody say, hey, Danielle, she's really cool. Very cool to talk to. Follow her.
Okay. Little question for me. Nick, Xbox or PlayStation? What do you have? I have a PlayStation 5. By the way, for any of y'all who play video games, I got Madden 24 the other day. It's pretty cool. Anyway, but yeah, I have a PlayStation. I had an Xbox for a long time. Like my first video game was an Xbox, and then about it's like 5 years ago I switched over to PlayStation, and it's I in my opinion way better, but that's me. Daniel asked, have you heard that the fires in Maui were seen as, did I say that right? Maui? Is that how you say that?
Yeah, Maui.
I think, have you heard that the fires in Maui were seen as not natural, but started because rich people wanted to obtain the land?
I did see that. And I don't doubt it. I don't say that's it, but I wouldn't doubt it. In this day and age, in our world, I get questioned by so many things. And here we are. Let's talk. Well, I don't know how much we could talk about on here. Talking about mask mandates coming back in September. We'll know if something's really happening if this live stream like disappears like immediately while we're in the middle of it.
No.
But you know, what is the deal with all this stuff coming out recently with September's going to be mask mandates. And then by January, we're going to be in a full blown lockdown again, just like before. And all because of something that's going on in Canada. And Danielle should be able to tell us. She's in Canada.
Yeah.
Is there a huge outbreak up there that we don't know about?
You know what's also crazy? It hasn't increased a lot, but since we started talking about controversial stuff, we've gotten a few more people.
Is there going to be a lockdown? Please tell me, because I'm not doing it this time.
Let's just,
but we didn't do it last time.
Let's talk about politics for like 20 minutes, and then we'll see if our life
I'm telling you,
feud's going.
Jill and I in our practice, and you know, we're therapists, both of us. We never shut down. There was 1 week we closed because of the very first week when they shut everything down. But after that, we were in our office ever since day one of that coming back in. We did not take a break.
Okay, next. Next.
By the way, I think probably my favorite,
Still looking for it.
Melanie Martinez. Honestly, I love Mrs. Potato Head a lot. And I think I liked Milk and Cookies. And the reason I say that is because of how she found a way to get the guy that was getting her. Kind of like that.
Cool. How do you fight anxiety about leaving your home? I usually don't trust therapists, but you're different to me.
Oh, thank you. Well, the first thing is you have to envision leaving your home, which means, has there ever been a time where you've left your home and it's been fine? And you're going to say, yeah, whether it was last month or last year or 10 years ago, there had to have been a time where you left your home and it was okay. So a lot of times that's what we do EMDR with a lot. A lot of times you have to envision the times you did leave your home, what it felt like, because the reason you won't leave your home is because it brings fear. And when you bring enjoyment into it, and you realize there have been times that you've done it and it's okay, and you do practice the breathing and you practice settling yourself and not making it a huge deal, you'd be shocked. So what I would tell you is the first thing is go as far as you can outside your home, even if it's the front porch. Then go to the curb. Then go to the car. Then go sit in the car, but go back inside. Then go sit in the car and start the car and go back inside. Like progressively try to get yourself outside of the bubble. You'd be shocked. Doesn't mean it's going to fix it, but it does mean you have to get a little out of the comfort zone and know you can do this. There's something you can do that's more than what you do.
Okay, so Nesh is the person who was commenting earlier about separating art from the artist. He also asked about what's the favorite message from any song you've reviewed. Those are both Nesh's comments. And then he also said, and there's a reason why I'm saying that. He said, you seem to understand a lot of the messages and songs. At least every video I've seen, you seem to click onto the story and meaning very quickly. Giving you props there.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know what you were thinking.
I was sitting there waiting for a question. Yes, thank you. I mean, I try my best. I do pull up lyrics because I learned very early on, if I'm going to look at mental health, I have to have lyrics. I can't guess.
Yeah. And then he also said, Razor 5 is very, very meaningful. And then also, he asked, will I see y'all at Gray Day in Houston? Would love a photo and hug.
I'm telling Nick, we really need to go. It's on September 3rd. It's on Labor Day weekend. It's on a Sunday. Should we? I was actually going to take hoodies down to get them monogrammed with Suicide Boys. So Reaction Therapy on the back, and on the front, I was going to say Suicide Boys are my therapy.
I might need a t-shirt because, man, it's too hot.
Something about just a hoodie vibe I like. I actually got a gray hoodie I was going to do it with since it's Gray Day.
Anyway, I will go ahead and say if we are there, we will definitely.
Would you come up to us? So many people message us and say, we saw you, but we didn't want to come up to you.
Yeah, you got to message us.
Who is
and say,
that?
Hey, I'm
so
here.
I know. Who said that?
Nesh.
Nesh, you would come up to us? Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Nesh has not answered.
Anybody else in Houston going to go to Suicide Boys? There's also one in Austin coming up.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nick? Would we go?
Man, if there are going to be people there that are fans of ours,
I'm more into it.
I'll definitely.
I don't know if they're fans, they're supporters of ours, but
well,
we're not like rock stars.
I know, but like
we're people.
Call them fans. I don't know.
I'm a fan of the Suicide Boys. That's what matters, because they're like rock stars, right? Well, they're rap stars. Fan of 21 Pilots, Melanie Martinez.
What to do when your best friend has depression and he has cut off all friends?
Stay in touch with that person.
And also, by the way, this person is already in therapy.
Stay in touch with that person. Continue to send notes, messages, songs, videos that are funny or inspirational. Ask them to go on a walk. And if you're not anywhere near them and you can't be, ask them to FaceTime or chat. Send them, like what I would do is send them cookies in the mail or something that was a treat that could show up at their door. Mm-hmm. Stay in touch with them because you don't know how much that means to people. And the best cure for depression is movement. The best cure for depression is getting out. It is not curling up in a ball in a dark room looking at social media, which is what people do. But I talk to people all the time who are like, I just don't have the motivation for it. And so I'll go as simply as, do you have the motivation today to take a shower? And it's no joke, because a lot of times it's hard just to do that. Do you have the motivation today to walk for 15 minutes outside in front of your house? Start simple with something, but you stay with them and maybe do it with them. Maybe FaceTime with them while you both walk. Like, try different things to get them ignited.
Okay, I'm going to go through a couple of these pretty quickly so we can catch up, because we only have about 10 minutes.
No, let's go. We can do this more. Let's go. I want to go through all these questions.
Okay, my name is
Controversy.
Okay, my name is AJ. I've been struggling to get out of my feels like my life did a flip. I suffer with anxiety, and I'm wondering tips to leave the house when you feel overwhelmed and scared. I appreciate you.
Well, Obvious tips to leave the house is number one, you have to, like I said before, see
It
yourself
might have been
leaving
the
the
same
house.
person. I don't remember.
Yeah, see yourself leaving the house. Have a plan. Have an escape route, meaning if you did something, it's better than nothing. If you make leaving your house such a big deal that you then just can't leave, then it's not worth it. So you have a plan. Like, I'm going to go, but I'm going to take my own car. Or I'm going to go for a drive, but I'm only going to do it in my neighborhood. Or I'm going to go for a walk, but so have a plan that you set out for yourself that's just a little bit and then a little bit more as time goes on. Having therapy helps because that person, the mental health person, can walk you through what could be helpful. But otherwise, you're just going to be going based on how you feel. And if all you do is go based on how you feel, and I said, go give a speech to 500 people, people will be like, I don't think I can do it. But if I said, go give a speech in your bathroom, record it on your phone and send it to me. Okay. And then I say, oh, psych, that was really viral. It went to 500 people, but you didn't know it. You wouldn't be nervous. It's what we make it out to be that's so bad all the time. So practice your breathing, practice your, slow, steady growth of doing a little bit at a time, and have a coach, friend, or person, mentor with you that can walk you through it.
Cool. Would you ever go to a Melanie Martinez concert?
100%.
By the way, the Melanie Martinez comments are all by the same person.
She came here and I couldn't go because all the tickets were sold out. First of all, they were super expensive, which is fine, but it was sold out here in Houston. I mean, it was just jam packed.
Did you watch the Suicide Boys and Nardwuar interview?
I did not. I think we should do that. A lot of people have said that, Nick. Put that on the list too. And somebody even said today, y'all tell me if we should, yesterday in a comment, we should do Bo Burnham, like even on Patreon. We should go in and watch the Inside. Is it Inside movie?
Yeah.
We should go watch that movie and put that on Patreon because people would want to watch it and at least see what I had to say with it.
Yeah.
So that's some feedback we need. Like I would do that. Watch more Bo Burnham stuff.
Yeah.
Tony would love that. It's his favorite.
What Ladybugs? What is? I don't know if Ladybug still needs to know. What is the song about the like calming the anxiety or whatever?
Oh, Bagels.
Bagels.
I forget the name of the girl, but it's called Bagels. Sweet girl. They did an interview on her and a little piece on her. April, I just saw this comment. Psychiatrists do meds mainly. Yes. That's important to know in the mental health field. Master's level therapists like me do basically all the counseling, the grassroots counseling stuff. PhDs, which are doctoral level people. Jill's about to get her doctorate, by the way, my wife. I'm super pumped, super proud of her. It's probably going to be another year, but she's there. They do mostly testing and assessment. They do counseling too, but a lot of times they do testing, assessment, and teaching. And then MD people, which are medical doctors, psychiatrists, do the medication. Yeah. Not much therapy at all.
I actually don't know the answer. What have you found out about why Jocelyn Flores was made the song of the X?
Just about her having a thing for him, and then it didn't work out, and then I think she ended her life. I believe that's how it worked out. Past story.
Do you think you'll do more Jordan Peterson?
Yes, I'm ready to do Jordan now. After the one today, I want to hear more of his stuff. And that, by the way, is not like, hey, Jordan Peterson super fan, because I've seen him, but I don't. I'll tell you if I agree or don't agree with what he said. Like he made a statement today in this interview about he's doing an online school program, him and his daughter, which I think is kind of cool. I'm not a super fan of online, but I'd be curious about it. But he made a statement about, what do you call it? In school when you get modifications, special services, like more time to take tests and stuff for ADHD and anxiety and stress. He doesn't agree with that. I do. I think younger people need that. Anyway, go ahead.
What are some of your favorite Lil Peep songs, if you know them?
Lil Peep, man, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
either.
a beamer boy. Beamer boy. That was a good one. And the classroom, was it the classroom one with him? Or was that MGK in the classroom? One of those guys. I think it was Peep in the classroom. Where he was doing all the white clothes.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was kind of good.
Not sure. Okay, got some requests to do.
Peep,
Hey, if y'all have any requests, make sure you do it in a live stream where we're doing reactions. That's the best place to do
it. Do it.
We're not reacting to music today. We've done Jocelyn Flores. It's one of our most popular reactions. Thank you for the 5 memberships reaction there. We just got to that.
Yes.
Kind of went under the radar.
Give a little bit out there.
Nathaniel Burrito 47, Brandon August AR are the winners of the membership.
Yay! Welcome to the fam.
Can we do artist cheer every now and then? I thought that was a great idea. The artist cheer we used to have.
Yes, we should do that. Just
That was fun.
randomly. We should
It's
do
like
that.
where you can, if you're an artist,
I
you
love
can
all the
go
people
there.
that would stop and say hi if they were here.
Have
And
you watched? Oh God. Sorry.
April, just the motivation to brush your teeth is correct. Like sometimes just to brush your teeth is a chore.
If you watched Love Songs parts 1 through 3 by Ren, you did part 4 and you did not like it.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it. I wouldn't say it's, but
I think
I wasn't a fan of it.
1 through 3, I think were a little different, but I don't know. God's Eyes is on the channel already by Dax.
Thanks for being here, Joseph. My phone bill and my membership is the real reason I even work. David, you're the best. Thank you.
I think a lot of these people were talking about the whole healthcare thing.
I wish you'd talk about the healthcare and the lockdown. Let's
No,
get
but
into
okay.
it.
So some of the people, John said that he doesn't do politics, don't like talking about politics. Some people just don't
Johnny
like
Keegan?
it at all. I'm more that way where I don't talk about politics really.
I will tell you my story as a private business owner in the United States, and what I care about is my family, like taking care of my family.
Yeah.
And I can tell when things are good and when things aren't good. And I promise you today, things are bad. Like things are not good. I've got a job, I've got a life. I'm fine with that. But things in society aren't good. People aren't good. People aren't happy. Things are stressful. Things cost more. Like everything is a problem today. We need to do something to change that.
So somebody said that's why you get family doctors in Canada, easy appointments. Matilda said Sweden is also a good example of universal health care.
See, so those are people who like have been, I can't speak to it because I haven't been in it. They would be better equipped to answer that.
Somebody said Canada is good. You either wait or get a family doctor who can focus on your family.
Okay.
And then
Didn't know
Danielle Ryan said it's good until you need something like an MRI.
Okay. See, that's what I was wondering about. Was like when you need something, you need it now. What do you do?
David said that they wanted like $4,000 for an MRI where I am. It's crazy.
Wow.
That's so much.
I don't doubt it. One of my favorite YouTubers. Keep it up, please. Owen, thank you so much.
John Keegan, 2 months tomorrow, no smoking cigarettes.
Keep it up, John Keegan.
You sound like you were smoking cigarettes at that point. Insurance is a big scam. It's not patient care. It's for profit.
Insurance is tough.
Adrian said, interesting to hear the therapist side. Honestly, I would love to talk to a therapist, but can't afford it at the moment.
Don't ever give up. Look for people. Go to Psychology Today if you're in the United States at least, and put your zip code in. And
yeah,
you know, it's like in my office. I have a percentage. It's between 10 and 20% of my clientele pays zero.
Yeah,
and I've done that since day one of me practicing. Those are filled almost all the time. There are people who, you know, hit at the right time or the right situation. Just had one last week, a college student that I just felt compelled to do that. And so there are therapists, many of them, not all of them, but that will see people for nothing or for very little. Yeah. And I think it's, if you'll do the work and you tell them, I want to do the work, I just need help with this, you'd be shocked.
Also, BetterHelp's a good resource.
BetterHelp's a good resource. Good friend of mine, good friend of ours is on BetterHelp. He's a therapist there. I can give you his name if you want offline. April doesn't want to be locked down.
I love how he's answering questions and looking for the songs. Yeah, like you're looking for the songs. That's funny. Would you therapy one of your fan/viewers?
Would I what?
Would you therapy one of your fan/viewers?
Yes, I do. Actually, yeah, I mean, people don't realize it. There are people who follow reaction therapy and have been a part of this that I do see. Yeah.
That's
even virtually.
It's crazy.
I mean, there are people who are really persistent. 90% of them end up going away. It's like they realize it's either expensive or it's too hard to do or whatever. But there are people who have come in and said, I really want to see you. I want to talk to you. And I've talked to them and I'm willing to. If the schedule works out and Jackie can figure out how to make it happen. Yeah.
Okay.
It's what I do for a living. And I love helping people.
Trying to just look for other ones.
How to support my new Go ahead.
Danielle said, nothing going on in BC. Canada is too busy being on fire to worry about an outbreak.
She's funny. You got to go to Danielle Ryan, please, and follow her channel. Like, subscribe to that. She has really done a lot of good work. It's very good. And if you want to start a YouTube channel, she's the one to talk to, honestly. She coaches people like for work. She does that, I think. If people want help on how to handle everything, she does a lot of great shorts and videos. If you want to start a YouTube channel, talks about life coaching, talks about just recently eating disorders and, you know, the scams to watch out for. She's just all around solid.
That's a good question. I think a lot of people probably don't know. So why be a therapist and not a psychiatrist? Somebody asked.
Mainly the two things, the schooling, it's a lot more schooling. So a therapist, which is a master's level person, is usually 2 to 3, probably 3 years postgraduate. So it's college and then 3 years of school. A doctorate is another 2 years. So that's now 5 years after college to go to school to get a PhD or a doctorate. And then medical school's on top of that for an MD, which is another probably couple years. So it's like 7 extra years beyond college to be able to become a psychiatrist. And honestly, the reason you become a psychiatrist today is to do medication. It's medication management. The old days used to do therapy, but they don't anymore. So I don't want to do that. I don't want the liability of medication with everything that's out there and going on and the abuse of it. And also I want to know people. I want relationship with people.
Someone asked, wish you were my therapist. Hard to find a therapist you can connect with.
It is hard. Keep looking. Psychology Today. BetterHelp. BetterHelp's great because you can keep switching around. I know people have said things about them, but honestly, I had a good experience.
This is a great question. Evelyn asks, what's on the pink sticky note behind you?
Oh my gosh. My boy Tony. What a story. We moved him into college last Friday, Saturday. So before we left, we got in the car. We all 4 drove up. We did our thing, moved him in, got him in his dorm, all that great stuff. We got home to find sticky notes everywhere written by Tony by surprise that are private notes about everything that he's done. Like he would put, on the, what is it called? Where we put our phones on the table in this container. It's the Be Still box.
Yeah.
So when we eat, we put our phones in there. That's what we're supposed to do. He put a note in there that said, my phone would go here. And he went around, he did the house like, I'm going to miss wearing your clothes, Dad, because he would steal my shirts or sweaters or things that I had that he wanted to wear. He's put a note in the closet, I'm going to miss wearing your clothes. And he put he put a note on my mirror in my bathroom. It said, never give up, because we always talked about never give up. So he put one here that says, react. I love it. It was just a reminder of him being here, and I didn't want to take it down. So it was sweet. And he said there's some we haven't found yet.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to.
And Nick was feeling it. Like,
bro,
it's so emotional.
I broke down so hard. Like, y'all don't even understand.
He put this on my little laptop here that says, yep.
Yeah, I could. Tom recorded videos of all the sticky notes.
15 videos.
Except for my room, because Tony, my brother, put all of them and put a bunch in my room. I took him down. I'm like, I was bawling, crying, like just
missing him.
Yeah,
because I said he's the spark in our family, and then Nick's the rock. He's solid, for sure. A very steady guy. Tony's the spark and just brings life to the home. So not having him here is sad, but he is doing what he loves to do, and he's gonna be in the movies one day, and you'll be able to say, I'm gonna be able to say, I know that guy who's in the movies.
Yeah. Let me see.
Keep going, Nick. Come on.
Trying to find. We're almost done. How can I help someone who is addicted to drugs?
How can you what?
Help someone who is addicted to drugs
by trying to get them help. Number 1, being a friend. Number 2, talking to them about it, just hearing what they're going through. Number 3, try to encourage them. 12-step program. Mental health, getting counseling, watching reaction therapy kind of stuff. Not this channel necessarily, but a lot of people have found, man, maybe therapy's not horrible if this guy does it, because he can relate, honestly. So any way you can, through reactions, through therapy, through just being a friend.
Cool. Okay. From Pico.
Hey, Tom, I love RT and was just wondering if one day you think you'll get through the entire discography of Suicide Boys.
Man, it's going to take a while.
Skeleton. Yes, we will. I don't want to
Skeleton.
though, because I want to keep it going.
Also saw Skeleton, member of the Suicide Boys tier on Patreon.
Let's go check it. I love that tier.
Piggy Warbs asks, how can I support my new girlfriend who wants to get weight loss surgery because she wants to be healthier?
Being her choice, you can say, obviously, I love you how you are and who you are. And, to support, it's your choice to do it. And I'll be here for how you need me to, but to be able to talk through what the reason is for it. And if it really is something that's going to make her feel better, she's thought about it, talked to people. A lot of times in that surgery, they'll make them do therapy just to see, are you in the right place to be able to do this? So just support, listen.
All right. I think this will be not our last question.
Come on. What do you think about
Hold on. Just wait. I said this will be our last controversial question. Not our last question. Just chill out. What do you think about masks making a comeback in September?
I was just going to say.
I know, but that was our last controversial. We're not going to answer any other controversial
I don't want masks back, period. I'm not a mask guy. If you ask me, I never wore a mask unless I had to.
You can tell what Tom's stance is.
I'm not a mask guy. I don't think it works. I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
I think that we learned a lot from the last time.
Yes.
And all I saw was a bunch of people putting masks on and hanging them on the rearview mirror in their car, only to put it back on the next place they went to, and hanging down under their chin, which, by the way, is nasty anyway, because whatever's under here is nasty. And then you're putting it back on your mouth. And we just didn't do it right, is what I would say.
Breathing into your mask, taking your mask off, and putting the same one on again.
Same one. Like, if you're going to do it right, have a bazillion masks and then keep switching them.
Or some people who put like 4 masks on at once.
Point to that being, if you want to wear it, it's totally fine. Like, I don't look differently on anybody with a mask. Yeah. It's just, I don't think it's going to.
Unless you got one of those like N95, like,
which I can't breathe in anyway.
Which those I think probably do something, because they're like,
could not breathe in that.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, let me see.
See, we talk about masks and the number goes down in the room. See, people leaving. Controversy.
Otherwise, that would be wild. I don't want to go back. Yeah, I don't.
Daniel didn't wear a mask in general.
Ladybugs was forced to close the restaurant for 3 months. That's crazy.
Man, that's terrible. We can't have that.
Matilda said that her sister got tickets for a Melanie concert.
Yes.
But the terrorist level where it is elevated to 4 out of 5.
Terrorist.
So not sure if
it's weird.
She said, not sure I want to risk my life just to see Melanie.
Yeah, amen to that.
I only did it because I had to go places. Might as well show my opinion on it. That's funny. Apparently, David had a offensive face mask that he wore out that like offended people. That is so funny. That's actually why I started going to therapy. In my state of New Mexico, things here are hard to get, like healthcare and food. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, almost there. How do I deal with loneliness? It has me in a dark place right now.
Stay connected like this with people. Like, stay in this room. I appreciate you even saying that. Like, I love people's honesty and like genuineness. Stay connected with people and stay in chats like this and try to get out. Even if you go to a bookstore or a Starbucks, a coffee shop or something, and you go there and you're not with somebody, but you're around people and you hang out and you read a book, or you're in a grocery store or some other kind of retail store. Honestly, just being out and about on a trail, walking where other people are, just get yourself out and involved with other people, because that loneliness gets fed by darkness, quietness, and stagnation inside your house. So get out and be active. Have a plan.
Cool.
Shower routine, wake up, bedtime, all that stuff.
Yeah, this is a nice comment. Hey, Tom, big respect from little Denmark. I discovered you recently. Just listening to your reactions helped me quite a bit to understand my depression and cope with my addiction to move forward.
Thank you. I love hearing that it matters. I feel like we are a channel that actually has that mission, not just to entertain, but to be able to talk about important topics included in the music. It's very different than other reaction channels, honestly. So I think that's the one thing I hold on to, is that we're trying to bring a message of hope and possibility to other people, not just to help make people happier or entertain them, but really to talk about there are ways to change your mental health. You can change your mental health, not just by sucking it up, squeezing your fists and like saying, I'm going to try to be happy today. It's no, you can do specific things to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Follow up to the question about loneliness. I have 2 sports and I try to be as social as I can, but it still hurts. But thank you.
What?
I'll follow up to the person who's
Okay.
asking about loneliness. Said I have 2 sports that they play.
Got
I
it.
try to be
Okay.
as social as I
I
can.
wasn't hearing that right. I didn't understand what that meant. It was from the same person. Okay.
That's why I said a follow
That's
up.
really good. Sports, activity, exercise, staying connected, stay off of social media all the time. That kind of thing.
And then the last question here: are you going to be seeing the Suicide Boys live anytime soon? Would love to see a grade A vlog.
Man.
We're gonna
September
like force our
3rd.
hand here.
I feel like we need to go downtown Houston. September 3rd. Nick, I think it's going to be a last minute decision, but I would like to go.
Okay.
But I want to have a something I wear to go
Well,
with.
you got the big bucks, so they're
That's not
expensive, man.
true. It's big bucks going off with Tony to college.
Yeah, that's true.
Just
Cool.
kidding. We're
All right.
making it. We're
We
fine.
appreciate y'all. That was
Sorry,
a lot of
Matilda,
good
about the threat
questions.
level. I don't
Yeah,
know
no,
why
it's-
Sweden would be under threat level. That's an amazing country. Doesn't make sense to me. Oh my gosh, Dave. What do you think of the
Answer-
studies that say hallucinogenics helping depression and anxiety in some people? I don't know. Like, gosh, I wonder about studies sometimes. I wish we could talk more about anxiety and depression that didn't need medication to help it. I know plenty of people on medication, and medication helps lots of people. I just wish we could also give equal weight to there are other ways to be able to live life too. And I just don't know how to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna put this link in here. I'm just gonna spam it. Let's hope it works. Hold on.
Lost Her by Juice WRLD yet? I don't think so, but I don't know that song. Lost Her.
Okay, that link is for the Danielle Ryan podcast live stream, whatever, on Thursday.
8 p.m. Please go, like, save it, notify me, go in there and subscribe to her channel, please.
Apparently,
worth
it's got to
it.
be on our channel too.
It's
so
gonna be on our channel.
I'm not sure how that
Both
works,
channels at
but-
the same time. I'm gonna be sitting right here talking. Nick will probably be over there off camera.
I think I might have a fantasy football.
Oh, he's got a fantasy football. Hey, that's coming too.
Yeah, hey, I forgot to mention, if y'all are interested in fantasy football, go to our community tab. We have a members league and a public
Thanks,
league.
Pika.
The public league might be full, so if it is, then join the members league.
Haven't heard of that, Joseph. Gods by Lil Peep. Nope. Thank you very much, ERM. Appreciate all of y'all being here, even people that aren't members, just coming in and tuning in with us today, because that means a lot. I like to do this.
It's fun. Yeah, this is
Reaction Therapy Unplugged. Go subscribe. It's our other channel. It's got a lot of other entertaining stuff on it.
y'all haven't, or maybe y'all heard last time. This is our second to last podcast on season 3, is what we're calling it. So we're gonna do a podcast. 2 weeks from Friday will be our last one of the season, and then we're gonna take a little break from our podcast and hopefully get some interviews so we can post them with other artists
cool.
later. But yeah, so I just want to give you all that. little
Daniel
update there.
looks different at people who wear masks. I probably do too, if I'm being really honest, Daniel, because I'm kind of like, are they sick? Like, is something going on? Like, older people wearing masks, I get it because they're compromised immune system. Like, they might get sick from people. But I probably do look different at people who wear masks. I'm like, why? Especially people who drive in cars and wear masks. I can't understand it. Like, you're by yourself in a car, but I think maybe they just get used to it. But down here it's 108 degrees. You try to wear a mask in this heat?
Gonna have to change it every 30 seconds. No, but
Joseph, appreciate you. Sorry about your accident. Quick healing for you, my friend. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate you doing
thank you.
the live stream today. This was big. It was
Appreciate
a lot.
everybody
It was a
for
lot
being
of
here.
moderating for you.
That's good. I appreciate all y'all though. Really do. Yeah, so we'll be back live on Thursday. We got a planned stream. I'm gonna post it actually right after this. I'm gonna post it.
What is it?
So reaction to my therapy tier.
Yes.
So the second one of this month. And so if you're not on that tier already, I want to get on it.
So wait a minute, y'all. That means 2 live streams that'll be going Thursday.
Yeah, we'll have
The Action About Therapy and then the Danielle Ryan Show.
Yeah. So the ramped stream will be like 3:30 around this time on Thursday.
Not on it, get on it.
And then if you're not on that tier, get on it. It's a chance to get your request in. We'll do them right then, and then we will take a little break, probably a dinner break for us, and then come back and do the Danielle Ryan.
Yep.
So
thank you, Matilda, so much. Thank you, David, Johnny
Matilda,
Keegan,
that is
Ladybug,
not-
Evelyn, Daniel. What?
I don't like that
Beastie,
comment,
Pika.
Matilda. Matilda said, I like the mascara because I got to hide half of my face.
Your face is great.
Her
You
face is
definitely don't need to hide your face.
All right,
I
guys.
wish they had a mask for the head. I could hide my bald head and just have something on top, like the hat. That's what that is.
All right, so look for that
Thank y'all.
announcement for the stream on Thursday. But yeah, we'll see y'all then.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, URM. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you being here. See you on the next
Reaction
Reaction
therapy.